Okay, we'll get you some sunrise from down here today. I think the bright spot's right behind this cedar tree, so it's pretty well blocking it. And they all think they need a little tub too. There was just two more in there too. And that must be the twins over there. One's eating and one was just eating, so two of them eating on a cow must be the twins. Well, maybe not. Maybe the other one wasn't eating. There's two heifers. We got one each on the twins at the moment, as far as I know. And yeah, another, everything's half white morning. You know, we went all winter, hardly had freezing at all, only frosted a couple handfuls of times all winter. And now it's only been a few times it hasn't been frozen in the morning. What the heck? And then, like, you know, about 70 degrees yesterday. That's really good on my sinuses. But yeah, all that brown out there is white and all the green's white. And that's what I wanted to see. Nobody there with a new baby yet, so. Oh, yeah, and you know, it's only about 30 degrees at the moment, but there's enough time left before the coldest part that we might hit 28 again. But the humidity is like 65%. So it feels like it's 15 or 20 degrees, I guess. I just know it feels way colder than it is. And that one should be the one that wasn't feeling really good. She still don't look like she feels so good, but... Dogs, get out of there! But she's not in the same place she's been laying. And the dogs are over by the grain where there's a rat trap. So there must be a rat in it. One catching some breakfast. One standing there going, Mom, I wish you'd get up. I'm hungry. Yeah, sorry, three catching breakfast. No wonder the one feels so out of place. And that one there should be Boomer, maybe. I didn't see her outside, and that's where she's been laying lately. Although I can't tell if it's her, and I don't think it is. Interesting. I didn't see her outside. She must be in eating at the other feeder. You know, reason to deduction, you figure out who's where. Oh, and we'll just, we'll waste 4 minutes of either morning. I need to hurry up because I really need a swig of coffee, and my other hand's got my breakfast in it still. As I hit my head. Bacon, egg, cheese, and sour cream all wrapped up. And get out of there! Well, there's a trap down there, now that you can see it, and obviously there's a critter in it. And obviously I gotta get the dogs out of here before they tear the trap up. The bright light. That seems to happen when it gets about coldest, and yeah. Didn't make it to 28, it's at 29 right now. Just watched Grumpy Farmer's video while I was dinking with stuff in here, and he's talking about 50 degrees in the low and the mid 40s for the foreseeable future, and I'm thinking, he always complains it's so cold over there. Yet he's going to be in the 40s, and we've been down into the mid 20s almost every morning. Oh well, Mother Nature does what she wants to do. Unfortunately, that isn't always what we want. And I'm hoping that those three there forgot what they found down there on the other side of that wall by the grain. They'll probably just chill out right here in the sun for a little bit, and I'll take Rainy back inside so I can keep an eye on her. You know how them girls are, always getting in trouble. Yeah, look at that. That's the look of somebody that's always in trouble, isn't it? But while she's standing there, you almost got a good look. So, she's doing good. That's what counts. And my JB Weld finally set up. Figured it would this morning. And I did get the wire to go next to it. That's my funky wiring. It's one of those sideways plugs. And then I did what I could to get it covered with shrink tube, because my plan is that'll slip on and stay tight to the switch so it doesn't get out and get torn off. And I'm gonna probably put that in now. Did a couple other things. Got airline partly ran. Found a piece of hose to run it through for where it goes across the edge of the frame right there, and it goes through a hole in the cross member. But I think I'm going to pop those two bolts right there out, and I'll lay that hose against the base of that and put a couple short straps over there to hold it down. Then I can run clamps up the side of the tube, or zip ties up the side of the tube, or not the tube, but the cab channel iron. I'll figure out what that is. And work on some of my freaking mess. Yes, I do work on a little bit of it every day, and then I make a bigger mess. She's on her fourth try now. I taught her how to sharpen bits the other day, and I fought that one, gave up, handed her the bit. She didn't take enough heel off, but it was good. So it took a long time to get through that one. So I handed it back to her and told her to take the heel off. She ground it wrong and made the tip lopsided, which she's now on her second attempt at straightening the tip out, so that I can drill 2 more holes up here. Woo. One there and one there. I can clamp this airline up. So, practice makes perfect, right? She's actually getting a bit sharp, but you have to have the two sides equal and have enough of the heel out of the way or they don't cut. Yeah, they'll cut if they're unequal, but man, it isn't always good. I don't like wearing pieces of drill bit in my eyes. Well, more air lines run underneath the cab. Brakes are hooked up. I just ain't got any air to anything. You know, missed the tanks and the lines to the valves to get air to them. I got a big mess here yet, but it's kind of sort of here. Had to make a antenna bracket, a little polished stainless for you. It's actually leftovers from the shields we put on the back of the fertilizer buggy. One side of them happened to be polished because that's what we ended up with. And I got everything laid out for that. It's gonna go right at the back corner of that top window. I had to make one because it's got to get out far enough to clear the roof. So it's going to go there, I think. I could maybe put it where the split in the window is. Save running stuff quite as far. Then the cable just run right straight up. I'd only have like 2 feet of cable, but yeah, generally you want more than that. So we'll see what happens there. I still got to get that little hockey puck mounted up there. And figure out where to put it. I don't know if I want to put it up in the front where the blinky light used to be. Could put it there. Or put it to the back where it's easier to work on. It's got plenty of cable, but it's going to have to lay up there and then come in about where the window's split and come down that to get to the monitor. That's my plan anyway. And we got the radio wiring up there. It's not hooked up. I got a wire run for the memory on the battery. It comes from the breaker block over there and makes it all the way up. In fact, the yellow wire hanging there, that's it. By the way, always have too much. Number one said something about it, and I said, I'd rather have 2 feet of wire to cut off and use somewhere else than be short 6 inches. So I got to figure that yet and wire into what I can up there for the actual radio power. And we'll give you a quick runaround. She spent a little time in here. She got all those fittings cleaned up and put away. Got a box of bigger ones right there that don't fit in the drawers, so that's what's left. And I suppose I could bring you over here. You already saw the hockey puck laying there. That hole up there where those wires come out, that's right where that radio mounts. And they give plenty of wire for the one speaker, and the other speaker is just barely in the hole over there, and it barely reaches to the radio, so that's going to be interesting. They may have goofed a little on that. You know how that kind of stuff is. So anyway, yeah, brake light switch and the wires are to it. They only come just right here. And that's the brake air line up the post, across the top, and up into there, which was a pain in the ass. But that's done. I just got to get the rest of it. I was hoping I think I'm going to use the brackets off the other saddle tank I've got. Like the brackets that are on the other side for the fuel tank. I think that's what I'm going to use for the air tanks. They're really going to be the easiest thing, and they're the stoutest thing I've got. And they'll work for helping to support the steps later. That's my plan anyway. Hope that works out. But I didn't get that tank dug out so I can get the brackets off. So that's the day. And I've about had a day, so obviously she has. She's laying on her side with the stitches. It's a good thing her skin's healed up. Laying on the frickin' dirty floor, even though I keep sweeping it every day. But I'm hoping maybe tomorrow we'll get the interior of the cab done so a lot of other things can happen. And make a little more room in here, because that big box will be out of here. That box will be out of here because the radio will be in. And we'll start getting the stuff for the monitor in, I hope. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I got the holes drilled, had the bracket up there, had sealer on the back of it so moisture couldn't get in there. Got Becky to come out to put the washers and the nuts on the inside. She says, there ain't nothing there. Oh, what? It's double walled. So I just drilled all those holes clear through. Now I'm going to go on the inside with a step bit. I'm going to open it up big enough to get that little bugger through there. Set the nuts in there and hopefully be able to do it. Probably have to put the washers on with a magnet or something, but so it ain't going to go on tonight. It'll go on tomorrow, I'm sure, but I'll get it ready. Story of my life. Always something like that. I didn't even think about it being a double wall cab. Didn't even cross my mind. Only places that aren't double wall is where the cab kit goes on the back. Those two flat spots, one on each side, the section in the center, and the triangles that make up that section in the center. That's the only freaking place that's single wall. Yeah. Oh well.